So, hi guys, welcome to my channel. And today is very interesting topic I will be working on. And the best surprise is in this is like I'm inviting a guest here. So as an international student, like we face a lot of challenges when we come to a new country. So to discuss on that further, I would like to invite Simran Parekh, who is also a counseling psychologist who has almost like 4 years of experience in this. And she also like other than providing like therapy, she also provide peer supervisions to upcoming aspiring therapists as well. She has been like guest to multiple podcasts, and today very happy that she took out some time to join me to discuss like being as an international student here in Canada. I have some questions as well, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be also having questions on. So, without further ado, please welcome Simran. Hi, Simran.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity for me as well.
Yes, Simran. So, and so sorry, I forgot to mention about to know more about Simran, about her website, her Instagram, everything I will be providing in my description so that you can also follow her. And if you have questions for yourself, please start putting it in the comment box and be sure we will make another video to address all your questions. Thank you. Sorry, Simran. So, yeah, Simran, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking time. So I am following you like in your channel a lot, and I have seen that you are like, addressing a lot of the issues, mental issues people are having, and which is really, really needed. Like nowadays, things are very challenging in terms of family or in terms of relationship. And reading your post or going to your YouTube channel, it's really motivating me, and I'm pretty sure to other audience as well. So, coming back to the number first question, as I told, like I'm also an international student here in Canada. So the first thing I faced was obviously there was a cultural shock for me. Coming here, uh, how to balance, your academic balance at the same time in a mind you have like you to interact with other bees and other your classmates who are not from your background, not coming from your country. So there is some change in their thinking, my thinking, and how to break that barrier so that it will be like making friends is also sometimes it's very challenging, because I've seen some of the people what how we express our things to normal in India, it's very different to express to someone here who is born and brought up in Canada. So on that basis, we do feel some kind of like left out, because there is again when we go to a college, there are some kind of groups are going on. So because of the cultural difference, we do face something about lefting out or maybe lonely. So how to deal with that kind of situation?
Okay, it's a great question, and I do agree that a lot of people do feel that cultural shock or the difference between thoughts or belief system. But I would say that there's nothing major to worry about because we face the same thing in India as well. Because we as individuals have different thought processes or belief systems. So maybe go and recall your first day at school, your first day at higher secondary. At that time also it was difficult to make friends. It's just that we were more comfortable because we were in our own environment. We were in our own city, in our own state, or in our own country. That's why it was more easier for us. And maybe the language was also not a barrier at that point of time. But at the same time, moving to a different city or a country is difficult. I understand because coming alone without family in a new country, totally directionless, it feels like I don't know what to do, where to go. And in that case, you can always ask. There's no harm in asking for help or asking for or initiating conversations in a group. Despite that, there is a language barrier, but English is the a language which works everywhere. So that is something great that we can use. And secondly, I would say be yourself. You don't need to be someone else or be an imposter or feel like an imposter because you being your genuine self will attract people towards you. If you start acting out, or if you start behaving like them, or start to adapt their cultural values, you'll feel comfortable for some while, say 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months. After 6 months, you will feel like I have changed. I don't feel like myself.
Okay, thank you so much, Simran. I hope your this insight have helped a lot of students who are already in Canada, or maybe the students who are coming in Canada. So they will be more in the positive mindset now. So my second
Mhm.
question, the big question I think everyone has is the homesickness. Like we do miss our family because most of the students usually come alone at the initial stage. So it's like you miss the food, you miss the things what you like your parents are you are nobody's around. Like once you go to college, you do complete your studies, you come back and you just have to be all alone in your room or wherever you guys are staying, maybe hostel or dorm. So how to deal with that homesickness?
Of course, that's again very common homesickness because probably you're going out for the first time in a different country, or you've never been out apart from this. So what you can do is try and engage in activities that you like extracurricular, get involved in some sport or some group activities with your friends or classmates, and initiating that conversation, initiating that making plans, because see, they maybe are in the comfortable zone. Like for example, if someone from abroad came to India or your own city in your own college, they might feel uncomfortable and you might be more comfortable with your own friend circle. But it is up to you how you welcome them. And if they come and initiate a conversation with you, you wouldn't stay back or hold back. So similarly, if here you are the person who's coming from a different country, so if you go and initiate, there's not going to be any harm. At least you will have that satisfaction that I took the effort.
Yep.
I took the effort to initiate conversations. Post that, whatever happens, you can deal with it. But at least you will not feel that I am not able to do anything. I'm feeling lonely. So get involved in extracurricular activities. Get involved in initiating conversations with your friends. You can always connect with your parents. Today we have technology at a rate where you can video call, or I know there's a time difference, but of course there is some time where we can call our friends and family. So that is also there. Weekly, calling them initially and telling yourself, reminding yourself, why are you here? What is your goal? That will help you motivate towards your goal rather than going into a phase of loneliness.
Okay, that's awesome. So one more thing I wanted to discuss was like my personal experience. I believe many people can also relate to that. So there is a kind of a graph, like some days you feel really positive, really happy, and there is some time when you feel like things are not going good for you, and you feel very low on those days. And again, like you are in a new country, no one you feel like sharing at that moment. And as you mentioned, there is
Hmm.
a time difference. Like say for a night, I'm feeling all of a sudden like missing my mom a lot, or I'm feeling very low because of some external factors. So during that particular moment, like when I'm not able to have a contact with anyone, so what should I do so that I can overcome that thing?
Great question again. I would say that, instead of ignoring your feelings, instead of distracting yourself by this is nothing, I should maybe, listen to music or something, address your feelings. Address that, yes, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling lonely, yes, but I know I have. Then remember your support system, remember who all are there with you, and vent out your feelings. If you feel like there's nobody to share with, share it with yourself. Maybe go stand in front of the mirror and share yourself, your feelings and thoughts, or write it in a diary or a journal. And maybe next morning, if you still feel the same, you can go ahead and share it with your friends and family.
Yep. As you rightly said, like this is really a good thing, and I will also try whenever I will be feeling low, is like standing in front of mirror and just motivating myself. And definitely journal is something which I have really learned here in Western culture, because I've seen a lot of people are engaged in writing affirmations or maybe journals to feel very positive. So this is again the very second thing. Like I will also try and I'll also request my audience also to try it out. Like whenever there's a peak point where there is no one like to discuss at that very moment, as Simran mentioned, just stand in front of mirror and say why you are here, and I believe you will be motivated itself. So
Yes,
again,
also
yeah,
journaling helps because generally what we tend to do is we keep on thinking about our thoughts and feelings in our head, which we think about mentally. So we start at point A, we go to point B, C, and we don't know where we reach point X, Y, Z. And then it all gets messed up into overthinking, then leading to, anxiety, stress, and not being able to sleep. So when you know that all of this is happening because we are thinking too much in our head, start writing it. Even if you get distracted in writing from point A to point Z, you will come back because those writings are in front of you, physically in front of you. So it will give you a clarity also that where am I getting distracted and what I need to work on.
definitely. I will definitely will giving a shot to write. So definitely. And the last question what I have is like as I started my conversation with you was regarding the academic pressure what we have. At the same time, there is some kind of stereotype bias also we feel. Okay, like maybe coming from professor side, or maybe like when you are working as a group in an assignment or presentation, we do have here. So you feel like, there is becoming a group and then becoming a subgroup, like, the people who are from here origin, or maybe people from different country are making their own group and you are making your own group. And during presentation or maybe assignment or maybe any help regarding academic, it's become very difficult to cope up because it's like if you are very extrovert or if you're very good in talking, might be you are doing good, you are catching hold of all the tips and tricks, but if you are a little laid back, it become very difficult to cope up with the class because it's a fast program here, international, as international I can say. So how to cope up with that challenges where you have the academic pressure also, where you have a professor's pressure as well, and also like you to be a part of the group as well.
Right. I think there are a lot of things which you can try here. First of all, as you mentioned correctly, if you're an extrovert, you can go and ask for help. But I do understand if there are introverts, it's difficult for you to speak up, go and talk to either friends, classmates, or professors. But I'm sure then also you might be having one person whom you can reach out to. Maybe you can write down your doubts and reach out to that particular subject's professor, or reach out to a friend who you know that could be helpful, or the library is always an option. Go spend time. Maybe manage your routine in a way where you can give some extra hours to the subjects that you're not able to cope up. So managing a routine is also something. Working on deciding your daily goals. So what you can do is, before going to bed, set your next day's routine. So in the morning, that time doesn't get wasted. That, oh, what I need to do tomorrow. And you don't wake up with anxiety that I have 10 things to do and I don't know how to do it. So if you have a set routine previous night, then you're sure that, okay, I have to do these 10 things. It might take this much amount of time to do each particular thing. So give a buffer time to each task also. So it allows you to, do the next task more easily. If one gets delayed, you don't panic. And for example, if you decide to wake up at 7 a.m., try to schedule it in your routine that I would try and wake up between 7 to 7:30. So now if you wake up at 7:15, 7:20, you don't wake up with the shock that I was delayed by 15, 20 minutes. So you can do that. And of course, I would say people are very helping now. The culture is changing, society is changing, people are being more open to voicing their opinions. So I think you should go, if you can't voice your opinions, maybe write it and give it to someone who can help you out. So it's very important to motivate yourself to speak out loud. And if you feel that you don't want to share your problems with anyone, definitely you can seek the help of professionals also. Because I'm sure that nowadays each institute has counselors where your information is completely confidential, whether it is personal, professional, career, or anything else. So you can seek help from them also.
Definitely. So one pro tip what we have received from you till now is writing. Like if you are not comfortable with speaking, write it out and your things will come up to you positively. Thank you, Simran. And just one last like advice we want from you. is like how physical activity is very important, like being a student. And so, what's your take on that?
I would say physical well-being is as important as mental well-being. So you should involve some or the other physical activity in your routine because it helps you helps as a mechanism to cope with your emotions. It helps to channelize your emotions. For example, if you might have seen or heard that if you are angry or aggressive, people tend to do boxing, gymming, or some kind of sport so that they can channelize their anger. Now, when you are low, if you start dancing or channelize your emotions in that movement of dance, it will help you feel better, feel lighter. So, any form of physical activity is really important to channelize your emotions because we don't want to adapt to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Like if you're angry, you don't want to shout at people or throw things or just bang doors because that's unhealthy coping mechanism. Maybe what you can try and do is channelize it by calming yourself down. If you want to punch something or harm, like you have a tendency to punch the wall while you're angry, next time try punching a pillow. It will help you release your anger, but at the same time, you won't be harming yourself.
Sure, definitely. So that's all like from my side, but just wanted to ask, like, do you have any one advice or maybe a quote you want to share for all the international students out there who are already studying in a different country and who are like aspiring to do so in the coming future?
I would say that believe in yourself because if you believe in yourself, only then others will believe in you. Because if you carry that confidence and belief with yourself, it shows on your body language. It shows how you walk, how you talk, and if you're nervous, that also shows. So if you don't believe yourself, nobody else will. Start believing in yourself, start appreciating your achievements, and be proud of who you are.
Definitely. So it was great talking with you. And I
Likewise.
hope like we will connect more in the future because we will be
Definitely.
having, different situations. I want to, talk with you. And please, guys, write in a comment section what questions you have in your mind, which I might have missed, or you, and what mental challenge or any kind of challenge you are facing in a comment box. And we will be going through that. And maybe we will address that in our next podcast. So thank you so much,
Definitely.
Simran. It was lovely talking
Thank
to
you.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you for having me. It was great. Bye bye.